Hello, so I'm here today to do a review for the finale of season 1 of Secret Invasion. It took me a while to get here, but I finally watched the whole show and I have a lot of thoughts about this episode, so let's just jump right in. Was this as good as I was wanting it to be? No, but it's okay. I do understand how people say that it gets worse. I particularly don't think it gets worse. I think it kind of has its ups and downs. It ended on a very anticlimactic ending that I think everyone saw coming, really. And I wanted more. Okay, let's start it with saying this. If you have Olivia Colman, use Olivia Colman. This show did not use her to their advantage at all. You have a famous actor who is known for doing amazing things and has a massive fan base that has never been in Marvel before and is doing a fantastic job, and you're not going to utilize her? I guess I don't understand that. I think that's dumb. But, like, she didn't really do anything in this episode. Sure, she went with Fury and, like, proved that Rhodey was a Skrull to the president. And now she's with Talos' daughter, but they're like a team now, and I don't really know what's going on with that. It was weird, but I guess. But do I understand it per se? Why they didn't utilize her more or give her more screen time, I guess, is a better way of wording it. No, she really deserved more screen time, especially in this episode. She just kind of that's the end of her story. She didn't really have a conclusion. And there was no end credit scene, which I can understand. I wasn't upset by that, but when I looked up why, it was because the director or someone who was involved in the project, I think it was the director, but they were like, I see it as a complete story. It's not a complete story. It's a cliffhanger, at least in my eyes. Like, Fury and his wife go on to help the Skrulls, and Olivia Colman and Talos' daughter like become a team, and there's no conclusion to that. We don't know how it'll end. It's the beginning of a new story. So why isn't there like at least something? It just kind of ended. Like, even I would see this as like a Loki situation where it needs a season 2. Will these characters' stories continue to the extent Marvel wanted? Probably not, because this show flopped. But I'm just really confused by this ending, because they say it's a complete story and it's ended, but it's not, at least in my eyes. And if this was the end of the story, it was really anticlimactic, sudden, and there wasn't really a conclusion. It just stopped. So I'm really confused by this ending. I wanted a conclusion. If they say it's going to be the conclusion of these characters, at least for this like segment of their life, have it be a conclusion. I guess unless there's going to be a season 2 or another movie, I always think that there should be a conclusion. Like, WandaVision it opened and closed. There was a very final feeling to the ending of WandaVision. Even I think that's the best one to explain it. And I think that's what they were trying to do here, from what I have been able to see, and it really did not. It was not what I wanted at all, and Talos' daughter has powers, obviously. I think everyone was kind of expecting that, at least I was, but they're kind of strange. It's all the Avengers' powers put together in one, and like, I mean, that's cool, I guess, but she really just was like big bad, I'm gonna beat you up because I have all the Avengers powers in like 5 minutes, and it wasn't a very good conclusion to that villain. I wanted more of an epic, like, ending, I guess. It just kind of was anticlimactic. I think that's the word for this episode, was just anticlimactic. And they didn't utilize the things that were going for this show in this last episode at all. It was like, in the last episode, they were setting up these new character ideas, and they did not pay off at all. They were starting up new, like, ideas, and most of them were not brought back. Like, Fury's wife and, Talos' daughter. Like, that relationship was really set up in the last episode, and they did not interact at all. Which I brought up in the last episode's review, being like, I really hope they don't do that, and then they did that. And so now they're setting up a new, like, boss relationship with Olivia Colman, which can be cool, I guess. But they really just were like, this could be cool, we're not gonna follow through with it, but it could be a cool idea, and then they moved on to something else, being like, maybe people like this. I really don't think they knew how to end this season, and so they just threw to the wall whatever stuck, and none of it stuck, because they did not follow through with anything from the first couple of episodes. It's just really strange. Nothing really went together. The writing for these episodes really, I feel like they had different writers on every episode, and they all did not interact with one another at all, and they all had different ideas of what the show should be, and they just did not interact at all, because every episode had a different thing going for it, and then the last episode, like I thought, did not put all those different ideas together. They just started their own idea. It would be like if, like I said, if none of the writers interacted with each other for each episode, and they were just like, oh, this could be cool. I don't know what other people are writing, but this is what I think the story should be. None of the storylines went together to make a cohesive storyline, and I really wish they did. This had a lot of potential, and it really did not you have these amazing actors like Samuel L. Jackson, Olivia Colman, all these amazing actors that have done fantastic jobs, whether it be in Marvel or in other projects in their career, and they really just gave them nothing to work with. And, like, I've already watched the Marvels at the time of filming this, and Marvel really is going away from this. Like, Fury is nothing like he is in this season, and I'm really happy about that, because Fury really annoyed me during this season. They were kind of like, he's getting old, and it was like, okay, like, who cares? And I thought that meant, like, they were trying to do, like, give his role to, like, Maria or something, and then they killed Maria, and so then now he's just old, and they're just kind of pretending like what happened did not happen, because it does not make any sense at all. And I wanted more, and I wish it had more of cohesive, climactic storyline, and there was more, like, authentic Marvel, better humor. I feel like even Samuel L. Jackson was not that funny. The only person I would say that was, like, had me laughing out loud in this show was Olivia Colman's character. And, like, it was like a breath of fresh air when I would laugh, because I was like, I haven't laughed at all this episode. And the writing just wasn't very good. The action was decent, but without good writing and good characters, you don't really care about the action, because the thing that makes good action, at least for me, is the what's going to happen to this character. Are they going to be okay? And if you don't care about the characters due to bad writing, the action, even if it's good, it doesn't matter. And it really was just a letdown. I'm really disappointed in this episode and this season. I was really wanting more, especially because I really liked last episode. Last episode was my favorite episode from the season. But this really was just a letdown, and I am really, really sad to say that it's nowhere near as bad as She-Hulk. But other than She-Hulk, I would say it's my least favorite Disney Plus show. And that's really disappointing for me, because it has some of my favorite actors from Marvel and from different projects that aren't involved in the MCU. And I just wish it was a little bit more. I hope they don't get rid of these characters, because they do have such wonderful potential. Talos' daughter, I really liked her, but they just didn't give her anything. And so I really hope that in future projects, most likely films, they can get better writers on board with these characters and really give them something special. Because I really, really hope to see these characters thrive in a different environment. I'm talking about them like they're people. They're not people, but it's the only way I can really say it, because they are fantastic characters that were put in a crappy story with crappy writing. So, yeah, this wasn't my favorite, and I'm really disappointed to say that, but it wasn't. I wouldn't recommend the show, really, but if you want to watch it, go for it. Yeah, I'm kind of sad about this, actually. I was wanting so much from this show, but yeah. This video is getting really long, so I'm going to end it now, because I think this is one of the longest reviews I've done in a while, so hopefully you enjoyed it. I have a lot to say. So, yeah, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I love you all 3000, and please stay safe. Bye, guys.